from the Guidelines for Studying the Way by Dogen Zenji. A monk asked Joshu, "Does a dog have Buddha nature or not?" Joshu said, "Mu." Can you appreciate this mu? Can you contain it? There is no place where you can get hold of its nose. There is entirely nothing to hold on to. Please try releasing your hold, and releasing your hold, only look. What is body and mind? What is conduct? What is birth and death? What is Buddha Dharma? What is the Dharma of the world? What, in the end, are mountains, rivers, earth, human beings, animals, and houses? When you inquire like this, it follows that the two aspects of motion and stillness do not arise at all. Though motion and stillness do not arise, things are not fixed. People do not realize this. Those who lose track of it are many. You who study the way will come to awakening in the course of practice. Even when you complete the way, you should not stop there. This is my aspiration indeed. Please sit comfortably if you need it. Over the last years, I've been focusing on parts of the Shobogenzo by Dogen Zenji for the session Teishos. And in doing that, I quit the traditional practice of our school of giving Teisho on the koan mu the first day of the session. So it was a nice surprise today, searching material for the Teisho to come on this text about the practice of mu by Dogen Zenji. And this is what I will share with you today. The classic thing, huh? A monk asked Joshu, "Does a dog have Buddha nature or not?" Joshu said, "No." The rest is Dogen Zenji's comment there. And he begins saying, "Can you appreciate this mu? Can you contain it?" And I find these two words, appreciation and how to contain it, are really great inspiration for our koan practice and for our zazen itself. Can you appreciate this mu? Says Dogen Zenji. In other words, can we become intimate with it? But again, what is it? Can we appreciate it? I think when we refer to mu, it's not that different than referring to Shikan Daza. And there are two ways of pointing to the same thing. The deepest mystery of Zen Buddhism, the mystery of life of ourselves. That is the unknown. That vast potential we call empty oneness. So can we appreciate that, really? Not only through our zazen, but also during our daily life and during non-zazen moments in this session. Can we truly appreciate this? Then he says the following question: can you contain it once we have appreciated it? Can we really contain it? And it comes to my mind that word we use for our ceremonial meals, oryoki. Actually, oryoki is also the set of bowls, and most precisely just the one bowl that traditionally monks will carry, just one big bowl for eating and begging. That we call in our Soto tradition oryoki. And the meaning of that word is really inspiring for our practice, because oryoki means literally that which contains what is enough. Just that which contains what is enough. Oryoki. And when we check that word from the Soto tradition, oryoki, against the Rinzai way, they call their bowls in a different way. They call them jihatsu. And that ji is the same from the Hanja Shingyo, kanji sai. That is, it means self. Jihatsu means thus bowl person. Literally, bowl person. And I think Dogen is pointing to that meaning when he says, can you contain it? Can you yourself become a perfect, complete oryoki, containing just which is enough? It happens when we realize with our whole body and mind that by fact we are not only that oryoki containing what is enough, but we are also the bowl person. Our most intimate self is that oryoki. So that question is extra. Can you contain it? We are already doing that moment by moment from the time of our birth. But can we appreciate it? Can we see it intimately with our whole body and mind? That is what practice is about. In talking about that, comes to my mind a thing that happened to me, I think 1 month before coming here. In my country, wine is sold in big containers, 5 liters container. And you're supposed to bring back a container to get a new one. So I was there waiting at the shop to buy something, and kind of drunkard came in and said the person at the shop, I want 5 liters of wine. And as he was empty-handed, the person at the shop says, well, give me the container. And the guy says, oh, he didn't say, bring me the container. He said, so where is the container? And he said, and what do you think is this? Huh? If we take that into the context of practice, we have really a person pointing the way. What is this, or yogi, perfectly containing that wine of mu or shikantasa? Our text continues saying, please try, continues saying, there is no place where you can get hold of its nose. We can find that word about noses around the Zen literature, and it is useful to understand what nose meant for the Chinese of those years. The same way Western people point to their chest when they say, myself, I myself. And maybe Japanese point to their belly, saying this. Chinese, those years, used to point to their nose. So the nose is an archetype of the self, or the person itself. That is why Dogen is saying, there is no place where you can get hold of its nose. There we face not only mu, but the deep question of who is practicing mu, or what is practicing mu, or what is understanding that mu, what is containing it. Dogen says there is no place you can get hold of that nose. Really, if we search for it, that who or that what, there is no way we can find it. There is nothing there. Still, sensing is practicing. We can't find it. And we meet there the phrase by the Diamond Sutra, abide nowhere and bring forth that mind. So when we go deep into ourselves, trying to settle into the point in which practice is happening, and we can't find nothing there, Diamond Sutra says, that's it, abide there, abide nowhere, and bring forth that mind. There are many ways of bringing forth that mind, but probably the best is the one that Dogen is pointing at here. Please try releasing your hold. That is, realize there is no ground, no body, no mind to drop away. Release your hold. There is no ground. Just let it go. And let us trust in the power of the dharma, in which Zazen itself teaches Zazen, Mu teaches Mu, Shikantasa teaches Shikantasa. Really, there is no need for us in this session. Just Mu, just Zazen. He keeps on saying, once you release your hold, only look. Look. And he says elsewhere, when you see things with your whole body and mind, you understand them completely. That is the context of look. See things with your whole body, your whole mind, so that we can understand them with intimacy. Comes to my mind, regarding to that, some poem in the Momonkan, when I think Momon is saying, if you see through your eyes and hear through your ears, that's good enough, but it's not sufficient. Only when you hear through your eyes and see through your ears, you understand completely. So, in that spirit, just release our hold and look. He keeps on saying, what is body and mind? What is conduct? What is birth and death? What is Buddha Dharma? What is the Dharma of the world? What, in the end, are mountains, rivers, earth, human beings, animals, and houses? I will let you muse with the other questions. I think I want to settle down in what are mountains, rivers, earth, human beings, animals, and houses. The fact is that when Mu becomes completely empty, all that is swallowed up. There are no mountains, no rivers, apart from Mu. There is no Mu apart from ourselves, but we ourselves are not there present. He keeps on saying, when you inquire like this, it follows that the two aspects of motion and stillness do not arise at all. Though motion and stillness do not arise, things are not fixed. He is saying there that we should establish our practice in the place in which opposites don't arise. There is no movement forward in our practice, and there is also no stillness. There is no stuckness there. As our Enmei Jiko Kanongyo says, nen nen. Just a moment of awareness, complete attention. We call it nen, with no continuity. Just this moment, just this move, just this flashing mind in Shikantasa. He then finished saying, even when you complete the way, you should not stop. This is my aspiration indeed. That is most important, I think. And it is related with other phrase in the Shobogenzo that clearly says, when one side is realized, the other is dark. And that is how things are. So please stop trying to have all things realized. Once we realize something, the other side is dark. And then we go to realize that and find out that the other side is dark. And there we can work, we can dance and practice our vow of saving the many beings. He said this is his aspiration. Even when you complete the way, you should not stop. And in relationship with this, about the right spirit of Zazen, the right spirit of Sesshin, of Mu, of Shikantasa, he has something to say also. Students, do not practice Buddha Dharma for your own sake. Do not practice Buddha Dharma for name and gain. Do not practice Buddha Dharma to attain blissful reward. Do not practice Buddha Dharma to attain miraculous effects. Practice the Buddha Dharma only for the sake of the Buddha Dharma. This is the way. That is to see deeply into Mu, into the mystery of Shikantasa. And for that to happen, there must be total humbleness, engaging our whole body and mind beyond needs, conflicts, or options. Let us leave them aside for a moment, dropping off body and mind, being available for the coming forth of the dropped away body and mind. That is the fulfillment of our Zazen, and the fulfillment of our first vow to liberate the many beings. To see it happens is the miracle of humbleness, the mystery of the unknown. There, the wind is our breath, the open sky our mind, the sun our eye, seas and mountains our whole body. Call it Mu, then, if you wish.